Hi. I finished what will. I didn't think anything was going to push Christmas Treasure out of the bottom spot. And Christmas for Keeps proved me wrong. I I don't want to use the word hate in describing a Christmas movie, but I hated this movie. I could not stand this movie. I thought this movie was aggressively boring. Have you ever met an aggressively boring person? Like someone who it's not just that they are existing. It's that they're telling you like really boring stories. This is ironic because look at me talking on this thing, and you guys are probably like, yeah, I know an aggressively boring person. But they're telling you really, really boring stories, and then they're super engaged in their stories, and they're super laughing at their own stuff. And I'm talking like, I'm, again, somebody could be watching this and saying, yeah, actually, that is 100% you, Jen. But I don't understand how this movie got made. Um, it's terrible. Now, that Godwink movie was really, really bad, but as I already said in that review, it's very entertaining. And as one of the Hallmark guys said, they who all said it was terrible, that one of them said that they will never forget that movie. And I feel the same way about Godwink. This movie is so forgettable. Um, I just want you to tell me if for some reason there's something. I don't think that there's anything that anybody could tell me that could convince me that this is actually a decent movie. So obviously there's fatigue. I only have two movies to finish, maybe three. No, three, because I have to finish Christmas House, I have to finish Dickens, and then I have to watch the one with Rachel Lee Cook and Travis Van Winkle. But all I can tell you, here's the good part about the movie. The good part about the movie is that teachers are great. I love anything that's going to celebrate teachers. And the reason that this movie exists is because they come together to celebrate the life of, mourn the death of this teacher that they had in high school who was their drama teacher. So this is a group of like five people who mainly haven't stayed in touch, except two of them married each other. Two of them are beefing with each other, and the other two like moved out of state, right? I think, or something like that. Anyway, so they're having a reunion of sorts, but it's under these sad circumstances. And it's at Christmas time, and this drama teacher guy did a lot of things at Christmas around town, so they're also going to be doing that sort of thing. And they show flashbacks of how he helped and was impactful in their life. That part, all aboard. Sign me up. I'm going to get on that train because teachers are amazing. At one point, I wanted to be a teacher, and like for a long stretch of my life, I wanted to be a teacher, and I thought that was actually going to be what I did when I grew up until I got the job that I have now, that I actually love. So they're underappreciated, they're underpaid, they are heroes, they are so important to us. They are one of our most valuable resources, and we do not take good enough care of teachers. So if you ever get the chance to help your kid's teacher, like to donate to a classroom or something, do it. Give as much as you can, because so many times teachers are coming out of their own pockets with things just to try to make your child's experience good. So 1,000,000% on board for that message. The teachers are great. That's it, though. That's the only part that's good. Um, Everybody's boring. I think the acting is terrible. I think the screenplay is terrible. The guy, Ben, his hair was terrible. His hair just drove me absolutely crazy. Like, there was this thing that happened at the back of it. It was just terrible. I don't know what was going on with that. I did not like the main character for all intents and purposes. I did not like her mother. Her mother was terrible. She went and applied for a job applied for a job on her daughter's behalf, and her daughter is like pushing 30, if not 30 something. Um, did that behind her back, and I just didn't. Um, that was one of the things, was her relationship with her mom, and she always felt like her mom was trying to get her to do things for to please her as opposed to things to fulfill herself. Um, she's trying to figure out what to get her mom for Christmas, and the guy who is her love interest, because maybe they used to go out before, but they're rekindling something now. I don't know. He's gone through it because he's lost his parents, but I couldn't figure out how long ago he lost his parents, because I'm always going to be supportive of that message too, being someone I lost my parents 15 months apart. It's been 7 years. It still hurts, but I couldn't tell like if something had happened recently or what, because frankly I wasn't paying enough attention for that part to that part, but that's his main thing that he's going through. And but he works with his brother, and his brother's like, you need to take some time off and help your friends and stuff with all like doing things for this teacher, Mr. Massey, I think his name was, like around town spreading Christmas joy and all that kind of thing. And she's trying to figure out what to get her mom, and then he, I think, was telling a story about something that he made for somebody, and she goes, yeah, can you make me a bench for like a porch? And I'm thinking, wait a minute. He's telling you about something he made, and that's why it was special. So you want him to make an entire, like, he is a carpenter. He does things like this. But in the middle of him, like, making boxes for a toy drive, like wooden boxes for this toy drive or whatever they were doing, and, you know, trying to do all this other stuff, she wants him to make a bench for her so she can give that to her mother for Christmas. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, this is ridiculous. The other thing that was ridiculous was, I feel like this part of the shtick of this movie, the gimmick of this movie, is trying to be like, look, young people, here's a movie with all young people in it, and we want you guys to watch Hallmark movies because we know a bunch of 51-year-old ladies watch Hallmark movies, so we want to show you that, like, we're cool, and we understand that you all like communicate by text message and stuff, so we're going to show you constantly people receiving text messages, and not just show you on the screen. We're actually going to read that in a voiceover so that you can hear it in the other person's voice, the text message that they're sending. So annoying. I'm at 7 minutes and 30 seconds. I would highly recommend you do not watch this movie. Do not. I was going to stop, and then I was just like, I'm so close to the end. I'm not going to go out with this year watching 40 and a half movies, because I wanted to stop watching this, but I kept going because this project means something to me, to be able to say that I watched them all and I reviewed them all. So, no stars. It's not fun. It's not bad in a fun way. It's just bad. It's just boring. It's aggressively boring. It is my bottom for the entire year. There's tons more movies that you can watch that are great. They're on my list, which at some point I will, you know what? I'll post that when I do my last review where all the movies came down for me. So, I got more good movies to watch. I think everything else I have left is going to be good. So, again, thanks for listening. Can't believe I talked for 8.5 minutes about this. And I'll be back next time. Bye.